Now at 6, the Portland man is set to be deported this morning after he was arrested by ICE agents last week.
All of us are scared because we don't know where he's going.
We'll hear more from his daughter coming up.
Also this hour, Travis Decker, the man accused of killing his 3 young daughters in Central Washington, has been officially declared dead. But we'll explain why some officials say they're still waiting to close this case.
Plus, TriMet asking you to weigh in on its upcoming budget cuts. We'll tell you how you can shape the future of the agency as KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Thursday. I'm China Green.
I need to see, how does that look?
Thursday, it's a T.
There you go.
Time
there you
out.
go. Welcome to Thursday, Chris and Rod.
Love it.
Rod is going to paint a weather forecast for us on this Thursday.
All right, I guess we're all doing this. Okay, all right, there's the T. All right, here we go. This is our Salem tasting room camera on show. It's a little dark, but you can see it's now bright enough from the camera iris to get some sunrise color. Mount Hood over there on the right, 50 degrees. And this is a brighter iris camera, if you will, from Wells Fargo building. So the message is we're going to start off with clear skies once again on this Thursday. Temperatures are kind of where they have been, 55 degrees out at the airport right now. To the bus stop we go. It's going to be a cooler day instead of being up in the 80s, which is where we've been the last 2 days. Today, 66 at noon. So you don't have to dress as much for summer as we have been. And it'll be about 70, really comfortable when the kids get out of school this afternoon. Here's Chris.
Awesome stuff, Rod. Thank you. We'll take you out the door to the band field. That's in the lower right-hand part of your screen there. The headlights there. That's the westbound drive coming in from 82nd Avenue. And that still looks pretty good. Down to Wilsonville we go. I-5 northbound traffic coming right into your living room here with the headlights. Again, getting a little bit busier on that side of town, but so far no problems there. The Sylvan Hill looks good as well, and the drive out of Clark County still zipping right along. So far we are rolling along at a speed limit clip, guys. No crashes, no unexpected freeway delays just yet.
Thank you, Chris. We start with breaking news overnight. A woman is dead after a hit and run on North Marine Drive near North Anchor Way. When Portland police arrived at the scene at 10:40 last night, they found the woman dead. They say the driver left the scene and no one has been arrested, so anyone with information is asked to call police.
A 9-year-old boy is in the hospital this morning with life-threatening injuries after he was hit by a car while riding an e-scooter. Police say this happened just after 7:30 last night in southeast Portland near 122nd and Lincoln. They also say the driver of the car stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators.
The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing 16-year-old. So take a good look at your screen right here. This is Kate Hendrickson. She was last seen on Tuesday at Clackamas High School, but never made it home. Kate only moved to Oregon a few weeks ago. Deputies say she doesn't have a cell phone. She's 5'2", 160 pounds with green eyes and brown hair. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call the Clackamas County Sheriff's Department. A Portland man is set to be deported this morning after he was arrested last week.
He was one of 2 people arrested by ICE in North Portland. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live from downtown Portland with more on this hearing.
That's right. The daughter of that man says her family hopes that something can be done by sharing this update to either postpone or even stop her father's deportation altogether. Lisbeth Areola Ramirez said immigration officials would not say where they would be deporting her father, whom she identified as Rafael Areola Caballero, but the family assumes Mexico. On September 16th, federal immigration officials arrested Caballero on his way to work, breaking his car window. Caballero's daughter says her dad offered the agents a red card, which had printed on it the rights available to undocumented people facing detention. On Wednesday, Ramirez said her father called their family from the ICE facility in Tacoma, Washington, to say he would be deported this morning. His family says he moved to the United States from Mexico 20 years ago and is undocumented. Now, she believes traffic violations are the only thing on her father's record.
There's only so much that can be done, regardless if he does get deported or not. Because how they took him is not the way that they should have taken him.
Now, Ramirez says her father had elbow surgery 3 weeks ago and still has stitches. She says their family is concerned that he may be hurt and not receiving proper care. Now, we reached out to ICE officials for comment on this deportation, but we have not heard back yet. Drew, China.
All right, Corey Johnson live for us there in downtown Portland. Meanwhile, investigators are working on a motive that led a man to open fire on an ICE field office in Dallas, Texas yesterday.
NBC's Alice Bauer has more details on the shooter after FBI agents say that they found bullet casings etched with anti-ICE messaging.
This morning, growing questions and fallout from the deadly shooting at an ICE field office in Dallas, with top officials promising heightened security.
Making sure that our ICE officers have the ability to operate safely. In fact, they've seen a 1,000% increase in violent attacks against them.
A gunman on Wednesday firing from a nearby rooftop hit a transport van, killing a detainee inside it and critically wounding 2 others before taking his own life. No officers were hurt but are believed to be the target.
Rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
Investigators releasing this image of a bullet casing etched with the words anti-ICE, along with photos of bullet holes in a window and an American flag inside the facility. Multiple senior law enforcement officials identifying the suspect as 29-year-old Joshua John. His brother told NBC News John didn't have strong feelings about ICE and wasn't interested in politics on either side as far as he knew. President Trump blaming Democrats, posting, "I am calling on all Democrats to stop this rhetoric against ICE and America's law enforcement right now." Top Republicans with similar messages.
To every politician who is using rhetoric demonizing ICE and demonizing CBP, stop.
One Dallas pastor who's been praying with other clergy members outside Dallas ICE headquarters, calling for justice for migrants and against violence, speaking out against the shooting.
It couldn't be more opposite of the kind of message that we've been trying to witness to.
Among the voices now calling for common ground. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Meantime, a $4.5 million project is underway to upgrade security at Portland's ICE facility. Federal records show earlier improvements began in 2022 with stronger fencing, new gates, reinforced glass, and added lighting. The latest contract expands exterior security, including bulletproof glass, upgraded lighting, and protected ID card readers. In June, federal records show $220,000 were spent to board up the ICE office windows. Meantime, last week, Portland cited the building for land use violations, which included saying the boards lacked permits and the plywood must be removed.
As TriMet works to close its $300 million budget gap, it's also asking riders for feedback on 2 rounds of service cuts. One is planned for November of 2026, the other in December of 2027. Between now and the end of next month, riders can fill out an online survey ranking the different service cut scenarios, shortening the max green line, eliminating some bus routes, and reducing service hours are all possibilities at this point. We have the webpage where you can find the survey here on the screen. It's that little URL you see right there in orange, trimet.org/service cuts. 2 smaller rounds of service cuts, by the way, are already set. One of those is coming up at the end of this November, the other one next March. We have more details on those cuts in the online version of the story at KGW.com.
This morning, we're hearing from the president of OHSU, who says it's not changing its guidance on Tylenol use during pregnancy, despite President Donald Trump's claims of a link between using the drug while pregnant and autism.
That recommendation still stands, that a moderate dose of acetaminophen is safe. But again, these are questions that are always evolving with the science. And so this is a clear signal to us to look into that question more. And again, we're really excited about that new grant from the NIH that's really looking into what leads to the best outcomes for children with autism after that diagnosis.
He also says studies find no link between Tylenol use and pregnancy and autism, adding that the World Health Organization agrees. He advises pregnant patients with pain or fever consult their doctor.
All right, before we check back in with Rod Hill, how about a live look from the Skycam that we have set up, the brand new Skycam we have at the downtown Vancouver waterfront looking at the Interstate Bridge. I'm curious, Rod Hill, as you make your daily drive into work from Vancouver, do you take that bridge or do you take the 205 bridge?
No, I take the I-5 bridge.
All right.
You know what's, I mean, I think we do need a new bridge. But with that said, I will miss the old architecture of our current bridge when it's gone one day. 56 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning, 63 at 11, 70 at 2, 73 at 5. Another beautiful day. Obviously, we're going to be in the 70s, not the 80s, so we'll be a bit cooler. And then one of the little mini headlines is this one, the fact that the sun will come up at 7:02, go down at 7:01, so today becomes the first day of more darkness than daylight in terms of minutes. And of course, we continue to lose daylight minutes as we march into December. All right, here's the Oregon Vector Sun camera out in the Dalles. So the city lights there, it's 64 degrees. I wanted to show you this because of the wind. Wind northwest of 13. It's one of the reasons you're in the 60s. In fact, the reason you're in the 60s. Gusting currently to about 20. The forecast says you could see some west gusts pick up into the afternoon's highs about 35 miles per hour. That's going to lift fire danger, and there is a red flag warning up from Hood River through the East Gorge out into the Columbia Basin today, out toward Pendleton for that reason. Here's our beautiful Capitol building lit up this morning. Clear skies over Salem as well. 51 is the cooler temperature at McNary Field. And that view that we just showed you from the Springs at the Waterfront camera in Vancouver, it's 52 degrees. So it's a nice morning, no doubt. Hillsboro now in the 40s, down to 47. Battleground at 46. Beaverton's at 48. So increasing cool spots. Estacada, McMinnville, Dallas also now in the 40s as we're enjoying some cooler fall temperatures. The parade of temperatures this morning, 65 at noon. 68 at 1 o'clock. We'll get up into the 70s today again, not the 80s. And here's the map. Now, could be 80 in Bend and Madras. Pendleton, John Day, Burns, Baker City expected to hit 80. So warmer today out east. We'll hold in the 70s again up and down I-5. 7-day forecast. Big story here is we're still calling for dry weather through the day Sunday, and then rainy weather for a handful of days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even into that following Thursday. And that is your forecast.